Get Terraform, Bridgehead, and such all fixed up. Shout out to Way of the Silent for the 3-month resub. Thank you for coming back again. Last night we managed to topple 2 different goals, guys. We hit 12 million views on the channel, which was fantastic. But also, and additionally, we got back above 800 subscribers. In fact, I'm happy to boast we're at 811 now. Which is, I mean, it's so weird because I'm very proud of that number, and I'm really glad we got so many people helping us put on more StarCraft events. But at the same time, it's like, man, that German community, that French community, like, if you guys haven't seen, Take TV and O Gaming are wrecking it when it comes to, like, subscriber counts. Those guys are like, I'm jelly, straight up. I can't wait to make enough money that we can, like, get our own studio. Have you seen? Man, I know they post, like, every day. Have you seen some of the check out our flat thing?
I did finally watch 1 or 2 videos.
I can't believe how big it is. I didn't realize they had, like, the whole building. I thought it was, like, an office space, but, like, they have a theater in there? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they turn a corner and there's suddenly just even more and more building. I love that, like, I watched the one where they have this really big window.
Yeah.
And luckily, like, apparently, like, European windows, they both come out, like, vertically and horizontally. So, but, like, horizontally, it, like, bumps into the kitchen counter. Like, they can't actually open it.
I think it's cool, but, you know, the thing is as well, Krefeld, I wonder, like, this sounds a bit derogatory, and I'm sorry, guys, because this is ignorance on my part, but I wonder if Krefeld is just, like, a crap town and everything there's cheap. Like, could you even afford that same level of real estate here in America or Canada type thing?
That's not even you talking. That's, like, Germans have told us this, isn't it?
Well, see, I
guess they haven't used the words crap town, but
they could be over-exaggerating, I don't know. But my point is, like,
I apologize for Krefeld.
Like, legit, if we could afford to make, like, a gaming house, I like 100% would. I think it'd be so cool to have, like, a
I'm
like
pretty sure we could find a mansion in Wisconsin.
Oh, mansion. We're going back to mansions, are we?
Well, okay, a mansion makes sense for a gaming house, right? Because then we can just house all, like, the players coming into America.
Yeah. I mean, like, for those who don't know, like, every time I get asked this, like, I always answer, like, Take TV's kind of been, like, the inspiration for a lot of, like, Beastyqt TV. Not trying to directly copy them. Obviously, we've got a completely different business model, and we work differently than Take TV does. But, like, just the idea of, like, having that house everybody can go hang out in, getting all the volunteers and shit, like, literally having a community in real life that you could collectively cast StarCraft with would be so cool. Then start hosting Home Story Cups and other junk.
That's the next dream after a live event.
We got, like, that dream. What do people do? Those dream boards or whatever the cliche
dream journals.
Yeah, there you go.
Hope chests. Hey, I don't think we ever introduced these players.
Did we? No, we didn't. On the right side of the map, it's gonna be the purple Terran combo. Watch out for the terrorists known as Beastyqt and QXC.
On the left side, stupid bridgehead. It's the red Zerg Archon, True, and Elroye.
Sick 3-minute intros. Nailed it. Man, that's gonna be really awkward if we did intro them, though. We just did it again. You're like, this is how you kill downtime as a caster. You forget what you did earlier.
I mean, we might have. I actually don't remember.
I don't either. I would have contested. It doesn't matter, though. So the nice thing about Legacy of the Void is it does ramp up a little bit faster, and we kind of lose the element of downtime to talk bullshit, but truth be told, when both players play a bit more passive like this in the opening, it's still that question of, like, what's going to happen. Now, as Liberator's on the way, and more so than the previous map, you might not be able to abuse the mineral lines the same way you could in Terraform, but this is a lot of dead space, and a lot of area units can't path into, and you can set the Liberators up there and sort of leapfrog forward with them.
Yeah. I mean, I have to imagine that Red Archon did choose their map wisely. They actually talked about, like, hey, what can they abuse, what they can't, like, what's good for Zerg, what isn't. But there is a, you know, possibility they didn't. They just chose something randomly. They wanted to get it over with or something. I don't know. They didn't care. Or that they thought they chose a good map and then are going to realize very quickly that they didn't. You know, like, they just did not think of X or Y. That's always, I think, a fear for Zerg players right now. As I think they're the race that gets hit hardest by new weird shit.
Stallion slip in, go for some drone kills. They do get some. 6 to start, not bad. Looking for some in the natural. Oh god, these things are really stacked up.
This does get rid of the Hellbats, or as many Hellbats as there could have been, I should say. But it certainly is doing good damage.
Well, it's gone from like 4 to 17, so yeah, it definitely has been worth it. The second round of Hellions get in there too. Quick question though, why do we have a context command on the channel? What is this tweet even from? This is from like 2014. I hate you guys. The mods have some serious bullshit we need to address. Getting undermined with our own bots, zombie group.
Oh. Okay. Anyways, so like I said, the Hellbats, they're not as plentiful as they could be. And they're what kind of make sure the Liberator is allowed to snowball. So by giving away the Hellions, it might have been a mistake, but because they got so many drones, I don't think it was.
This is still not over. 23 workers killed so far. Still targeting down the drones, not delaying, so 28. I guess some goes down here in the natural too. Liberator gets here for some action, and this God, this is bad. Now they do get the Liberator this time. Look at that, couple transfuses, queen positioning. I mean, well done, but they still lost so many drones to this Hellions. Down to 27 workers. God,
I think
if they just fully walled this off, this would never have happened.
Okay, that's true. That is absolutely true. That might be the best option you have against this. But I was gonna say, if they just had some way to get roaches or mutas a lot faster, then this wouldn't be a problem. But that is one of the other problems about this build. So besides Liberator having that range and like shooting down the queen so early, is that it does come at a really early time as well, just in general. So, you know, Zerg players aren't really allowed the time needed to get to a decent economy and defend. And of course, if Hellions went into your main base and you have even a worse economy, hey, look at that.
Oh, I never did the score. Sorry about that, guys. It's 1-0 for Purple Archon. You know, the thing about walling this off, too, I guess you'd have to be like a Terran or a Protoss player to really know it, but if you fully wall this off with 2 buildings, like the Roach 1 and the Evo Chamber, not a problem, just tear down the rocks after. And that's how you break out of your base without killing any of the important buildings. But, fortunately, again, True and Elroye, perhaps not too well practiced.
Maybe not. I mean, apparently this is rampant on the ladder. So if they play the ladder, you know, either they're messing up completely, and that's on them, or one of them warned the other how bullshit this is. and now they're like, look, see, this is what I was talking about. And
that's the thing, too. Beastyqt has always been a very intelligent Terran player. He, at a time, was really ahead of his time in Europe. And QXC's always been a very, I don't know how to phrase this one. Like, he's thorough. He thinks about things very clearly.
Smart.
Like, he's smart just in general, yeah. Combine those two, and you get, like, this really crazy smart Archon. But, Quick loves to print her hands for the 7-month resub. I love that name, print her hands.
I guess, so first they tried Lings, and they're gonna try and get into mutas. That made sense, but they couldn't get into mutas. By the time they're gonna get into mutas, there's like 5 Liberators. You know, they probably wouldn't have gotten that many mutas, and of course they lost all those drones. In this game, they lost drones again, and they're trying to get Roach and I imagine Hydras later on. But both times their economy never supported a very, like, you know, clean game to begin with. And both times, you know, they just never got to the thing that they needed to counter the Liberators, anti-air, basically. And now it just looks like they're gonna fizzle and die.
Yeah, they're trying over the Roach counterattack. That's not possible. Queens do get range on the Liberators back here, but zoning out the mineral line nonetheless, and these drones are finding it hard to mine. 51 workers, but no natural base mining. That's not good times. Now again, this kind of begs the question, why no Muta? I mean, burrowed roaches, hydras, lurkers, these are all great things in Legacy of the Void, but just generally speaking for a moment, we have seen what is almost exclusively 2 base Muta openers in almost every Zerg matchup. I feel like not going for that is really costing them. Oh! That drone transfer back! 53 workers killed now! Oh!
What really sucks too is that, you know, I know that people are gonna start saying like OP build, and it might be, like seriously, it might need to be nerfed specifically because of this build. But it was actually Hellions that were OP in this game.
Yeah,
they very quickly, you know, killed all the drones, so this is even a sample game that you could really look at to determine.
I mean, yes to that, but also I just disagree with the path that Zerg players are taking in the series. I mean, they've maybe seen Bly play once or twice and went like, man, roaches are good, but not like this, and not the way they're being utilized. And I mean, it's all in, really. You've lost all your workers. You're not reclaiming your natural base. That's it. You got to do as much damage with these roaches as possible. And sadly, with cyclones coming out, especially, the likelihood of that is very low.
I feel like Bridgehead was their one chance to have a very flawless game, too. If they had walled off, the Hellions don't do damage. They get into whatever they do to counter the Hellbout Liberator, which was apparently going to try and do Roach Queen, which almost worked.
Oh, God.
It just because they didn't wall off, the Hellions did so much damage.
Yeah, that's where a lot of this is boils down to. If these guys could replay this game, rewind time, I guarantee you they wall that off and make sure this doesn't get out of hand the way it did. But those roaches get demolished, not just by the Liberators, but by the tanks. Walking through all that was just hell. It was hell is what it was. feel bad for True and Elroye too, because they're probably like, we're gonna get this tournament so easy. Come against like one of the best Archon mode teams that we've seen so far to date.
Yeah, that's also a good point. Even without the Liberator Hellbat bullshit, shall I say, this is one of the better teams, one of the more established teams.
GG.
A team that has won a lot of other tournaments.
Purple Archon, Beastyqt QXC will take this series 2-0, go on to the semifinals where they have Nurchio and Bly waiting for them. Now, I think that's the first one that's ready to go, so I think that's the one we'll cast. I'm going to go confirm this in a moment, because I know ET Gaming actually got to the semifinals first, so... If it looks like, yeah, there's Nurchio Bly versus Beastyqt QXC, so TVZ, once again. And we'll see which of these two teams prevail. Gonna play some extended ads, though, while we get this set up, because they gotta do vetoes, and we gotta take care of some things here on our end as well, so... thanks for watching so far, guys, and we'll see you soon.